guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Bola here, and in today's video I'll be showing you one of my best kept beauty routine, and this routine is good for beauty but it's also good for your health most importantly, and it is like a smoothie version of a beauty routine. So not just like applying stuff on your skin, because while people tend to do that, while people tend to like take care of the external, your glow or your skin would actually be an indicator of what's going on inside your body. Well, most of the time, because we know there's sometimes that diseases actually hide themselves. Okay, but in today's video I'll be showing you something that I've been doing over the past 5 weeks as my morning routine. This has been my breakfast. Before now I did not used to have breakfast, but recently I've started having breakfast. And this routine, which is in form of a smoothie, is antioxidant rich, is antioxidant packed, and it's just good to, like, you know, get off oxidative stress from your body, which could be accumulated by stress or like a bad diet. So anyway, it's good to start your morning with this. It's not just good for beauty in terms of your skin, but also good for your health, and especially female reproductive health. I've got different ingredients which I'll be showing you. Right guys, I have 7 ingredients for this, starting with my carrots. I buy like pack of 7-ish, so I can use for the whole week. I have my blueberries, very important, antioxidant packed. I buy a massive pack. I don't need the easy peeler, so I've pushed that to the side. I have my mangoes, and then I have oat milk. Sometimes I use almond milk, but I also use oat milk other times. The mangoes I'm a bit worried about. The yellow one, I thank God for that. I'll use that one today. The green, I'm a bit worried that may not be ripe, but I'll worry about that another day. Hopefully it ripens up in the next few days. Then we have the Greek style yogurt. We have 0% fat, and I have my baby spinach. Hopefully that lasts me for a week and doesn't go too soft. But I typically tend to use that for about 5 to 6 days. I use a handful every day for the smoothie. And then I have my matcha. As a Nigerian girl, I have it in my milk tin, because, you know, who's gonna waste money buying like a container for matcha? Anyway, those are my ingredients. And so I'm just going to start by rinsing everything. I like to rinse things. I've just taken although I always get, or what I've shown you now is like a week's worth of what I use, but I've just taken as much as I actually need for today's. So I just got 1 mango, and I'm not going to use the whole mango actually. I'm going to just be cutting like maybe half a quarter, because I have like 2. I use 2 for the whole of the week. So this would just be sort of for, I'll cut as much as I need. For the mango, I'll cut as much as I need for today, and I just use 1 carrot a day actually. And I make sure when I go to co-op, I try to find a carrot that has 7 or at least 6, and then I try to work it up like 1 per day sort of thing. I'm just going to rinse everything, because, you know, capitalism and everything like that, and I don't want a situation whereby I'm taking preservatives or whatever they use to like store products. So I like to like rinse. Sometimes I even rinse with salt, because my mom swears that this works to take away like dirt from veggies. So I'm just going to do that using my colander, and then I'm going to chop up my carrots and just wash everything I need to wash. I think the major things I need to cut is my carrots and my mangoes, and then just wash my spinach, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so before I go off to wash my spinach, I should actually show you how much I use. So this is how much spinach I actually use. Oh my god, I hate creating a mess. So I just use like this. I've washed my hands anyway before now, so I just use like a handful of spinach. I'm just going to wash it again just to make sure, and I'm going to slice out things, and I'll be back. Okay. Guys, so I'm back, and I've combined everything that needs to be combined. Rather, I've cut what needs to be cut. I've had a taste of my mango. Surprisingly, mango actually tastes good. For a long time, I've struggled to find mangoes that look like this in England. I wouldn't suggest you leave this past about 24 hours in your fridge, and like in an airtight container as well. I plan to use it again tomorrow for my smoothie for tomorrow. and that's why I just do this. Sometimes when I have a chance, I just chop it all up and then I put it in an airtight container. But today, for the case, because I'm making a video, I will just leave this there for now. Okay, and so I have my chopped mangoes in there. This actually tastes surprisingly good for England. The mangoes I've gotten, maybe let me speak for Exeter. In Exeter, have not been so great. So I'm really happy to have nice yellow mangoes. And then I have my carrots, which I've chopped up, and I have my spinach. So those are three major things. The way I always remember is I need 7 ingredients for this smoothie. So if I count and we're not up to 7, then I know that, okay, it's not done. So I've got 3 ingredients out of 7 there. And blueberries. Blueberries are so important. They are antioxidant rich, and they've been, you know, said to fight certain cancers, especially dealing with the female reproductive health. And they're very antioxidant rich. I love blueberries. I've grown to love blueberries actually. So guys, knowing blueberry is good for me has been like a game changer, and I've been using blueberries for my smoothies since I've known this. They're really very good. Many of my friends that have allergies and stuff, since adding blueberries to their smoothies, they've testified that, you know, it's been good for their bodies. And with everything we're just eating these days, like not knowing exactly what's going on with our bodies, especially with capitalism and people trying to make more profit using more preservatives, the safe bet to do is just eat lots of antioxidant rich plants and just making sure that your body is clearing everything it needs to clear. I think that's quite important. So I've got 4 out of 7. The next thing then that I would put in would be my Greek style yogurt. I like to use Greek yogurt because, you know, quite healthy and everything. So instead of having things separately, why not just put it all in a smoothie? I always put in about 3 tablespoonfuls, or even sometimes more. I just aim to use 1 pack for about 3 days max. So I've got that. Very nice. So that is 5. And then all that's left is to put some matcha in. Guys, I'm a bit of a cheapskate, so number 1, I don't have a matcha jar. I'm an African. I have my matcha in this old milk container. And with matcha, you just need about half a teaspoonful or slightly less because it's quite rich. And matcha is like a nice antioxidant used to fight many sort of diseases by Asians. So packing in everything, do you know what I mean? Carrots, vitamin A in it, good for your eyesight, good for your health, good for antioxidant rich as well. Just packing everything in and having that first thing in the morning. You know, the same principle of having water in the morning when your body has not even absorbed anything else. Like that is the whole concept of having this in the morning. Actually, since having this smoothie, my body has felt like lighter and I've just felt more energetic. It's like a nice detox, but it also tastes good because of the carrots in it. Has some sweetness. The mangoes have some sweetness, so it's just perfect. So about that much of matcha, instead of making like whisking my matcha, drinking it separately, you know, I can just put it in my smoothie and I don't have to think about anything else. Now, the last thing I need to put, instead of adding water, I just use my oat milk. And also I've been using almond milk sometimes, but this week I decided to switch to oat milk. I just use I alternate between both actually. So I choose the one like no sugars, because who needs artificial sugars in this world? They just complicate your life down the line. If you can avoid artificial sugars, that's the best. And I just rinse the rest of my matcha. Actually, it doesn't really work. And just pour it in. I'm quite generous in my oat milk actually, because it's plant milk. I'm not going to be like getting any adverse reactions or anything like that. So I aim to get about 500 ml of this smoothie, and now that I've put everything in, I reckon that much almond milk, because I made this over and over. I don't use a lot, but I'm fairly generous. So I reckon that much, or this much, is going to blend to give me about 500 ml of smoothie. And I have 500 ml every day. I can measure it in my blender, and then I pour it in my 500 ml container, which is like this is like my breakfast bottle, and everyone at work knows it. So just going to plug that in. And if you have a smoothie blender, good for you. I don't, so I use my normal blender. If you're Yoruba or in Nigeria, just like make sure you washed it nicely and you don't have like pepper remnants in there, because you don't want to be drinking pepper early in the morning in your smoothie, except you're obsessed with pepper anyway. So I'm just gonna blend now. Okay guys, now I have my final result. That is actually about 500 mils, but because I'm so used to doing this, I know exactly what's going to give me 500 mils. But if you go with like my handfuls and all that, you should get about 500 mils. Okay, or whatever you feel comfortable drinking in the morning. To be fair, 500 mils can be a lot to drink, but I mean, if it's going to be your breakfast, I think it could be a good idea. Just so you know what it looks like. Let's get a little bit in there. It looks green and healthy. If you're into that kind of stuff, yeah, that's how it tastes. It actually tastes so good. I can taste the oat milk, I can taste the blueberries, I can taste the mangoes, like the sweetness, you know, in combination with spinach. The fact that spinach gives you like folate, like it's rich in folate, that is so good for like your white blood cells, good for like your reproductive system. If you're a female, you know what they say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, or whatever they say. So if it's good for females, I suppose in some way to be good for males. So I feel like women that struggle with things like PCOS and endometriosis, I mean, I've not done, even as a healthcare provider, I've not done much research about it, but generally, if you have like good nutrients that help your female reproductive system, generally things feel better. And this smoothie is also anti-inflammatory because of all the things that are in it. Most of these ingredients are anti-inflammatory anyway, so that generally helps like menstrual cycles and periods. I'm not saying it's going to heal you. People have actually said that things like this have helped in like healing them, especially when you've got like conditions that you have to depend on your immune system to heal. So people have, you know, said that this has healed them or sort of like helped make things better. I'm a bit paranoid, I just rinse everything over and over. So people have said that this kind of helps to heal them and like has made their condition better. But for me, what I would say is like the pain you get with periods and everything, that's my own personal take on it, and the personal effect I've noticed. Pain you get on periods, the consistency, blood flow, everything like that has been impacted by, you know, constantly having this every morning for me, and my skin as well, because what it's doing basically is all the rubbish in your body, the oxidative stress happening from eating the wrong things and all of that, it's taking care of all of that. So if you add this and this, that would actually be 500 ml, but since I've taken a little, just I'll replace it with a bit of water. I'm using still spring water. Yeah, so this is ready for tomorrow morning, and I can always shake it if I want. Sip and slop, which is going to leave you overnight in the fridge. Well, yeah, that's it, and it's really nice to drink. I'm a sweet tooth. I really love sweet things, so if I can cope with this, I think anyone can cope with this. Don't be put off by the spinach in it. It actually tastes really good because aside the greenness, the spinach and matcha, which is actually not bitter but just has its own greenish taste, the other things are actually more on the sweet side. The blueberries, the mangoes, the yogurts, the oat milk, not necessarily sweet but more like a neutral type of taste, and the carrots. So like on the overall, the taste is actually so good. I'm always very pleased just having this first thing in the morning. If you don't have breakfast normally, like, and if you just switch to this, your body is going to thank you for this. Okay, with that, we've come to the end of today's video. Let me know if you try it out. If you have any questions, of course, just leave them in the comment section. They're always happy to answer. Bye.